From a defensive perspective, I thought about going over schemes that could help defend against it, or going over details and values that, no matter what your scheme is, will be more important than that scheme in defending against the Bears offense. So actually, this is a paraphrased quote from Jerry Byrne, the former Notre Dame defensive coordinator and current Harvard coach, who's probably the greatest defensive minds in the game. Right, simplicity and clarity in what you value as a defense is crucial. Schemes are important, but without attention to detail in these on and off ball values, the team defense cannot reach its full potential. So basically, coming together as a team defense and identifying values, on ball and off ball values and missions, and then drilling down into those values and paying attention to the details of those is what he's talking about. And if I were given two choices, if I could play or coach a defense that had a really good scheme against a Bears offense, or coach a defense that was super detail oriented, I would pick defense number two. Right, I think without the details in the off ball and on ball game, the schemes are meaningless. So we'll talk about what I mean here by those values and the details. And so I took all this from Jerry Byrne, or most of it. So the on-ball mission, to play defense as best you can for as long as you can, right? And Jerry Byrne talks about giving us 3 seconds, giving the off-ball defense at least 3 seconds to get into place to help you as an on-ball player, right? So the better the on-ball pressure, the better the off-ball D. And we'll see here examples of this. All right, we have a solid approach here. So the approach is solid, and then there's a jam, and this number 18 here stays sticky, right, for at least 3 seconds. And he needs to be slid to, and that's fine, right? But him getting a good little jam, staying sticky here, okay, he gets beat, but he gets beat after 3 seconds, and they can slide to him. Same thing here on the backside. Right. Granted, this isn't necessarily a Bears offense like Duke ran, but it's similar. What Denver's running, they incorporate some two-man game and some fills and behind the dodge. Right. So in Coach Webb's reel, we saw a bunch of on-ball defensive players just get run by, and that led to goals. Sometimes it was a poor approach. Sometimes it wasn't getting a jam. Right, and here's a couple drills. Approach drill that we do. Do it at Stanford. We'll do it at the academy. All right, approaching under control with your stick out. All right, here I snuck into a Hofstra practice a few years ago with a VHS camcorder and filmed one of their one-on-one short stick D midi drills, the sticky drill. Right, if you follow this duo right here, this is working on getting your hands on somebody, getting physical, and denying the middle of the field, which, to be honest, Notre Dame really wasn't doing a great job of in that in Coach Webster's reel. Right, and then we have these off-ball values. Right, your exit. When your man passes the ball, how quickly do you get in on the backside? Right, when your man passes the ball, you immediately become an off-ball defenseman. How quickly do you get in to the CAC, the crease above the crease, or the heart of the defense, the paint, if you will? Right, are you sneaking a peek? Is your head on a swivel? Are you gobbling up space off ball? All right, taking up as much space as possible while still being able to play your man. And then you're doing all this with an athletic stance and communicating. And that's a lot, right? it takes a lot to perfect all these values, and all of these tasks require a high attention to detail. I'll show you what I mean by the detail component here. This is one of the clips that Coach Webb showed, right? We have Matt Landis right here, and he's not doing a great job of sneaking a peek at his man, Jordan Wolf, right? He's staring the ball carrier down, and in the middle of this weave, Jordan Wolf is moving. And so right now, Matt Landis thinks Jordan Wolf is right here. So when he catches the ball, you're going to see Landis approach to where the X is, because he's not adjusting his approach, because he's not sneaking enough peeks. He's not keeping his head on a swivel. Oh, bam, and then here. So that bad approach, which was caused by not having a head on a swivel, caused a slide. Okay. But look at this off ball man, number 42, I believe his number is, on the backside. Yeah, this could be considered an exit opportunity where he's a backside defenseman now. And the question is, how fast can he get into the middle to be in a support role? Because right now he isn't in a support role. Right? And so he hesitates a little bit. He hesitates. He eventually realizes that he needs to get in, but it's just too late. And it's a goal. Right? And defense is all about the details. And these two little details, right? Lack of head on a swivel and not getting in quick enough to support, that led to the goal. You could have the best scheme in the universe designed for this offense, but if you don't do those little things, it's not going to matter. So here we have, this is the replay of that goal from another angle. All right, so this is those two on-ball values, those two team defensive values, on-ball and off-ball, are kind of put together here in this reel. And this is 2016, a couple years after that national championship game. But similar offense. Miles Jones again on Sergio Perkovic, right? And watch the difference now in the defense because of, one, the on-ball offense and the jam. Bam, gets a jam. Not the prettiest jam, but it gives this off-ball defenseman and all the off-ball defensemen time to get into help position, right? And it just take a look at the stances of these Notre Dame defensemen. They're all low. They're all in the CAC, the crease above the crease, or the heart of the defense, or the paint. So they can make an athletic play, a help defensive play, right? And these details are just so important. The stance that they're in, the way their hips are pointed, so they can see ball and man. Boom. And then right here, look at this guy. I know all you young players, when you watch film, right, or you watch a game, you're watching the ball, right? If you're a defenseman, don't watch the ball. Watch off ball. That's where the beautiful things happen, right? So this little gesture by this this crease defenseman is a beautiful and caring gesture to his teammate to tell him where to go when he recovers, right? Boom. Now the Rico man is matched up. Got a shorty on Miles Jones. Okay. Good contact and stickiness, buying some time for the off-ball defenseman. Look at these stances. They're all sneaking a peek. There's a slide. Good opportunity, but number 30 was able to get his stick on it. Right, and that we saw that gesture, that nonverbal communication of telling the recovery man where to go And the reason why Notre Dame is so good at that is because they practice it a lot, right? Here's a clip of their practice. Them drilling, sliding, recovering, gesturing right there, right? It's just a small little thing that number 25 does. They probably do this 100 times throughout the week in practice. And that's why they can execute it in a game. I'll take that 1,000 times out of 1,000 over a fancy scheme to stop a defense. Schemes are important. Yes, you need to put them in place, but these things come first. Let's just run through this Notre Dame versus Denver here. Just kind of let this roll, and everything's kind of on ball and off ball are coming together here.
Coach, can you back that up real quick?
Yep.
Come on, just to kind of solidify the point earlier about the X guy. Keep a little bit further as 34 goes into his initial dodge. Now watch the guy at X. Oh, a little too far. You can let it play. Just talking about being a threat and seeing that, look at the relationship between the two low attackmen. One's cutting and the other one's looking to sneak back post, just constantly forcing their defender to worry about them. And that was almost the exact same play with Miles Jones, wanting to curl back and get that shot. And Denver did a better job than Duke about allowing space.
All right, we've got an interesting another high wing dodge. Notre Dame defenseman doing a great job of taking away the middle of the field. Matt Landis, right, is that dog on a leash. He's a hot slide. He's showing far away from his offensive player, really far. But this guy, again, defenseman, don't watch the ball carrier when you're watching film or watching any game. Watch what's going on the backside. And this guy, aware and ready to split two, right, if this Denver defenseman were to throw back. We'll let this run. This is, again, Notre Dame Duke, and I think we can see the difference in Notre Dame's defense versus that national championship game when they were able to get some jams and short stick D middies getting sticky, just buying a little bit more time for their off-ball defensemen to get into position. Probably throwing too many wraps than we'd like him to, but he's being aggressive. He's getting his hands on Miles Jones. Great save. Not a great approach at all, but they get bailed out. But it's certainly better than a dodge, draw, shot, and goal. Right? They're just buying a little bit more time. And I think for you young defensemen, you're probably told ad nauseum, you're probably told over and over to take away the middle of the field and force ball carriers down the alley. And then you watch these college teams play and you see these D middies. They give up the middle of the field a little bit more. And it's probably a little confusing. But I think you'll see that in Division I games and PLL games, It's sort of a trend that the on-ball defenseman, right, is valuing the jam a little bit more than taking away the middle of the field. So they're just saying, defensive coordinators are starting to say, just play this guy straight up, and we'd rather you get a jam. And if he does sweep to the middle, he's sweeping to the middle at like 15 to 20 yards versus leaving him untouched for a clean alley dodge. I personally think, though, if you do look at all these clips that we looked at, Notre Dame did better defensively when they took away the middle of the field.